Okay, honestly, the only thing better about being a part of the Diamond Club is being a part of the Diamond Club and having people underneath you do the Diamond Club. Because for me, about last year, I traveled with the Diamond Club too, even though I wasn't actually a Diamond Club member because I was a sponsor. I did a lot of the same trips and things like that. At the very beginning, I felt like all of my team was on my shoulders. I had to do a lot of their meetings, I had to do a lot of their presentations. A lot of people would bring their people to my presentations and my meetings, and it was a little overwhelming at first. After the Diamond Club, what it really did for my team and for me personally is it totally, I had a whole new group of new leaders. And they were trained and they knew how to teach and they knew how to travel. They knew how to scrape up areas. They were confident in their ability. It completely changed my organization. It changed my check. It changed how much time I put into my business. And I would do it 10 times over and over and over again. And I would recommend anyone that has the financial means to support people on their team to absolutely get their team behind Diamond Club. It will completely change your organization. It will take you to not just a builder level, which we all have to start at, building an organization, but it takes you to a manager level where you're managing other teams at the same time building your organization. And it gets fun. It gets really fun when you watch your leaders go out there and call you back and say, oh my gosh, I just had a meeting and I signed up almost everybody there and it was so fun and I really loved it. And next week I'm going to Colorado and the week after that I'm going to San Diego. And you feel the excitement in their voices and they grow. They become leaders and it's almost like watching your little chickadees, your little chickens just hatch and become big birds. And then all of a sudden it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Diamond Club is one of the best things that's ever happened to me with doTERRA. It's so easy. It's like a walk in the park. It's so easy. In one way, actually Diamond Club is very easy. For people that like having a plan and having a system and knowing exactly what they want to do, this is probably the easiest thing you'll do with doTERRA. You know exactly where you're going. You know exactly what you're going to do. You know exactly what the requirements are. You know for how long the Diamond Club lasts. And so you're like one track minded. So in that way, it's very easy. Physically and emotionally and on your family, it's taxing. It's a journey. So what I did with my kids is I sat down with them and I said, okay, mom is going to be really busy for some months. And I had my plan and I knew exactly how many trips I was going to go on. And we had this poster board that we put up on our fridge. And we had squares and every single square, every time I went on a trip, they got to mark a box in the square. And so at the beginning, my kids were kind of fighting the fact, resenting the fact that I was gone so much until I got them on board. So I asked them, where do you want to go? After this is over, what kind of a prize do you want? They told me they wanted to go on a cruise. So I said, okay, after this is over, let's go on a cruise. Now, other people, they can go to the ice cream store or they can go to Disneyland or whatever, but my kids wanted to go on a cruise. So it was really funny. Sometimes when I would go travel, and usually when I'd call home, they'd say, oh, Mom, where are you? Gosh, can you come home earlier? Well, when we had this system in place and they were getting ready to go on this cruise, some of my kids would go, could you stay a couple more days? We're a little bit behind on our schedule. We need a few more boxes. So it was really fun. They were really excited. I remember when we went through the Diamond Club and we sat down, we finally said, we did it. The kids were like, we're going on a cruise. We're going on a cruise. It was so fun. We had a great time. So I think when you get your family involved, they're really supportive. And that's probably my best recommendation for making it through. So no, it's not easy. But yes, it's very, 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 very worth it. It's worth it. If you're wondering about whether or not you want to sponsor somebody, you're worried maybe a little bit about the financial commitment. What I found is that when I did my calculations, I thought, whoa, that's a lot of people that I'm responsible for, and that's a lot of money every month out of my check. It was probably about a fourth that, because the people that you thought were going to constantly fly, a lot of them drove, so it was half the price. A lot of the people that drove didn't drive quite as much as we thought they were going to drive. So at the very end of the Diamond Club, I actually thought, oh, I should have sponsored twice as many people. So if you're on the fence, just do it. It's so good for not only you, but your team, and your financial commitment will be far less than you think it will be. Another thing you want to think about is, while your team is out there sponsoring and signing up people, especially if they're on your first, second, and third level, and you're sponsoring somebody on your first, second, and third level, the money that they're bringing in through fast starts and unilevel and activity with your team usually ends up paying for your sponsorship for that person anyway. So it's kind of, those 4 months are kind of a wash financially. Then after those 4 months, what you really end up seeing is massive expansion, massive growth, and not just right now, not just at the end of Diamond Club, but a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road. Diamond Club is a wise investment.